That Jay Powell is bad, Mike.
He's creating opportunities. It depends on how you it depends on how you think of them.
Okay, so market's definitely taking notice. Dollar's about to make a new high for this recovery. There could be another day like this left in it, which that's why I only put a third of my minor positions on today. I did that because I wasn't, you never know how deep a decline is going to be. It's deeper than I thought, but I had this one scenario, Mike, where I talked about where silver could take out last week's low, which was this, and that gold would not, which it hasn't yet. Another day like this, and that scenario's off. And then I was talking about the gold silver ratio spiking up towards 90. Here we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we putting in extremes, setting up reversals? I think yes, but it could be more than we could have another range day like this, which would blow out the divergence. And I really would like to see gold.
That would be ideal.
Another blow off move to the upside in the
No. I just think that I stepped in. I think that if they continue today, that would be very beneficial.
Okay. Anyway, for people that want to follow my picks, I bought BTG today, paid 338, down 3 cents on that. I bought Endeavor. I could pay 291 for it.
FSM is higher than it was before the silver was breaking a low, isn't it? That's the one I got on my screen.
It's a higher low in both. A lot of them are posting higher lows. This is higher than silver's taken out its low. Fortuna hasn't yet. Endeavor hasn't yet, and Endeavor's at this real important support level, in which if you kind of zoom out, you'll see, whoops, wrong way. Go to a weekly.
I look over here because I have charts. That's why.
Okay. All right. Anyway, here's a better look. So I had this blue line drawn for months, and we've pulled back to it. We're trying to hold it. I think it's important that we do hold it. And I'm looking for a turn. We'll see if I get one. Here's Fortuna. As you could tell, it has so much more relative strength than
I still have
Endeavor.
my bid in at 308.
At 308, you might get it. Okay, that would be.
I'll take it.
That would be under last week's lows. Anyway, so that's what's happening. The only thing that I look at is the market is listening to Powell, but yields aren't screaming. The 10-year is still way under Friday's high. Here it is, right? It's actually reversing. So the market and the dollar are taking it, and metals are taking it seriously, but we're way under the peak that we were at Friday. This was Friday, kind of a false breakout. And now, with Powell being such a hawk, why are we giving up gains? We went to 4% and came off again. I think we're going to 380 to 370. I think that'll be the surprise. So, and I thought, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, that this isn't such a bad response in the S&Ps. I mean, this was, we were talking last Thursday, Mike, and you were buying stuff. You were buying Microsoft. You were buying J&J. I forgot a couple of the other issues.
I'm aggressive, for lack of a better term. So there answers your question right there. Those were the three that I was buying.
Okay.
And those were because of the Bears right now are favoring, the fundamentals, and the Bulls are favoring technicals. And I thought that might have, they're both okay. Listen, I didn't go all in. I'm not like looking at every tick to add. It says a lot about myself if you know me as a trader, but yeah, I bought those two.
Okay. If people are watching this video while we were on the air, pointed out this divergence, how we were diverging down here at this major support line at 3,900. You acted on it. Are you still long those shares or did you book them?
I sold. I'm in Microsoft, J&J. I'm in, and I lightened up on Disney. I had to.
Okay. Okay. So,
It's the same reason why I'm a little bearish on the SPX here, because the SPX is waffling too much after this test. This strength, don't get me wrong. All the stocks that, am I sharing here?
yes.
All the stocks that were strong before Powell are still strong now. The sans the
Okay.
VIX maybe. That is, they're just the moves are getting exacerbated, i.e. the metals. AMD was positive, Meta was positive all morning. This SE, which by the way is a TradeGate holding. Apple was maybe at the most up a half a point. Disney, let's bring it to that one. Disney I bought last Thursday, okay, wherever it was. Maybe I bought it, whatever that date is, but you know why did I take a little off now? What, you know what? It's just the same thing when a major stock like that, I almost wanted to sell off so the others can rotate properly. But it's almost like a Helene saying, the more it waffles up and down below 100 and looks strong, I just don't like it. Now there's better opportunities. I do like the fact it's on low volume. I don't think I'm going to miss anything if it pops to 105 and it goes up 4%. But I don't think I just didn't feel that comfortable in the trade.
How about Microsoft? It was, I think, forgot last Thursday. It was right at that moving average before it popped.
It was the 50 day. We all know is the listen. It's
so it was about a $10 rally. It didn't close so good yesterday. I noticed.
No, I sold it as a trade. I mean, it is a fund. I'm not going to micromanagement. Obviously, as you can see, I have my third day up rule. It's testing the 200 day. It's doing exactly what the market's doing. Everything's coming to the all important 50 day and the 200 day. Every chart looks the same. Apple actually is below it. But a lot of them are looking at that way. The 50 day, another one, roadblocks.
Have you thought of this, Mike? Probably. I don't know. I guess you could call Monday from the Thursday turn would have fit into your 3-day up rule.
Yes, because
so your sell was Monday because Thursday was up, Friday
I had a reason.
Exploded.
I thought they were running them into Powell. I had a plan. If there wasn't any economic news every day or something, then I would have been probably looking to add a little bit on a pullback, because it showed the basic things: relative strength, decent price action, and range. But we were basically, and it's yet to be determined, though they pulled back a little bit, still some strength, as you noted before. If this is going to be a day, coach, it's been our theme more than anything lately about how they close, correct?
What are the option sweeps telling you on a day like this? I do remember Thursday, you were saying there still was no conviction to the upside on the option side because people are still trading the daily.
That's correct.
And 1 week out. Anyone taking a stand anywhere here?
We're going to look right now. The answer to put that is really no. There's
puts, a lot of puts coming in, or what the sweep saying here?
Lift, for example, March 23 calls. I could do that. So they're going anything that's, first of all, I'm looking at even CCJ going into only March. Here, KBH. They're betting. Listen, they're just playing in the monies, coach. Maybe these ODTs are taking over right now, but I don't see anybody stepping up. Here's a January on Deutsche Bank bearish. I probably wouldn't talk that guy out of that. NTNX, but you know what?
That's Jan next year. Okay.
Here's where the CTAs. Here are the CTAs and futures. They're under position. Oh, that's the euro. I apologize. This just came out on the Jesus feed. I got to give him props. Where I get it from. And I'm Catholic, so I don't mean to be anti-Semitic with the Jesus feed. I do what I got to do. I'll point that up later. But bottom line is,
he was Jewish.
He's actually an Italian guy from the Hampton. One of the only feed I would use.
No, he's not on a different reality show.
Oh yeah, QQQ is going out to nothing. I would have written them down already. The only thing that I see, and I wanted to point out, is there was a ton of insight. Look, Nevada and NVIDIA, whatever you want to call it. March 10th. What's today's date? The 6th, the 7th? This guy come on.
I only heard you say one thing, January, and it was that Deutsche Bank puts. So someone's a long-term bear on Deutsche Bank.
Yeah, and you know what?
Who isn't?
You know, it's very rare. I don't go, it's already 38 minutes and I go through this feed. Yes, heavy first option hour noted in. This tells me the day right here.
Nothing.
BBIO is on my screen. I'll show you. That was right here. As everybody should know, the most active stocks are on my bottom right. Here's BBIO right here. I'm looking for it to break a new high a little bit, but you know
Wow.
what? This is I still noted this morning. You don't have to worry about all this because the stock has price range, good, price range action. And
Oh, is
and
that a
good
bullish
news.
earnings report that gapped it?
No, it's a buy, it's a biotech, but this is a stock in play, and I noticed it. So
It had to be news that gapped up
yeah,
like
there is
that.
news. Snap, everybody's, Snap, everybody's hopping on Snap. Now, this is the one, it's a crowded trade. I'm not hopping on Snap here. The Snap is going to turn into a Shopify when it went above the 200-day and came back down.
Okay.
Pardon me. But as we sit here, your question is more frequent. I'm going to have a better answer now of any long dated calls. The answer is no. Not
Okay.
much call side post. Oh, hold on.
There's no conviction in the market.
No, there isn't. And that's why, hold on, I'm going back and forth. Uber, some short-term flow, put sweets hang out there and spy, large crap, crowded issues. Everybody's looking. It's crowded. I agree. We're seeing a little weekly protection of Hedges Powell. Let's see if we start seeing any divergence throughout the morning. I don't. So as I go back to my screen at TGH, I don't see any divergence. Apple's right here. Here's the long term on Apple. All right, 3 days up. Is it going to fill a gap? I don't know. Is it going to pull back to the 200-day? Could very easily. A stock like Fizzler been going up every day for solar.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a short. That's a you do the still not overbought. So if you're a good judge of relative strength, price action and range, the ultimate compliment is I wouldn't even short it.
How about the oils?
Well, SU is my best of breed, and I bought more today than fund. I'm not going to lie, and I should. I was just a little wary of that triple top here, although it's showing amazing relative strength as compared to it's above all the moving averages. Has great volume. And if you remember last year, everyone, and I don't want to sound like
What is SU?
It's an oil stock, an energy stock,
What's the name of it?
Suncor Energy.
Oh, Suncor. Okay.
And it's one of my bigger plays, and it has been for some time. I haven't gotten shaken out of it. And as I meant to say, is everybody remember last year more? Whoa, what's going on there? As I was going, last year was literally consistently throughout the year, and nobody's really gotten. I mean, I'm sure they rolled over. I haven't seen any yet. One of the top 10 issues, and there were a lot of sexy stocks last year. Was one of this stocks. It was SU, and as you can see, of the all energy stocks, there's Exxon. Well, Exxon's acting very well.
I recall from last Thursday, we found a couple issues that were acting poorly. I'm wondering if they righted the ship on Thursday and Friday. I believe one was Citi that we looked at that looked pretty negative.
I'm glad we're going back to these, Coach. Good.
Okay,
Citi.
so Citi did rally.
Same. Like you said, it's neutral.
Yeah.
Let's look at the big daddy, Goldman.
And we're looking at Goldman. So Goldman held not much of a rally.
No, below the 50, just like everything. Like
I think it was AMD. I think it was AMD too. It was some.
That's acting very well. But Coach, even Goldman is emblematic of my. Sometimes I don't get it. I don't have all of them written off here. But once again, below the 50-day, above the 200-day.
Yeah.
No
man's land.
A lot is yet to be determined. And as I go back to TGH, Goldman Sachs has neutral positioning. The hedge funds backed off a little. Now they're actually a little bit underweight. CTAs are neutral. You know what I mean? Listen, it's stock picking and it still is. Another stock that I like that I've seen, Coach, should put this on your screen is MUX.
Oh yeah.
Mining.
Yeah, I'd say he's a diluter. He's got a very bad reputation of being a diluter.
Oh, thank you. Because I almost took a position.
Check it out. The chart looks okay, but there's been a lot of shareholders. I know a lot of people that
noted.
Used to bet on the jockey, but it looks good. I mean, over 750 looks like you could have a move to $11. I didn't know.
I was just saying that, and now not that I didn't believe.
You know what? I don't. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Trade your charts.
I looked at it because it has that move in it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they squeezed it. Maybe they killed the guy. It has the move in it.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, the chart looks better than anything I bought today. Better looking
That's
chart
funny.
than any of the miners I bought today.
So
That's for
listen,
sure.
the going into, we'll leave this now. The stocks of
Maybe
the
it'll go
day,
to $5 and you buy it.
I wouldn't buy it there.
Okay, I
I'd
would.
rather pay 8 in this
I
type of
know why
stock
you're
that you
saying
told me
that.
about.
Okay, I know you want confirmation, and it's smart. It's
In
like,
this type of
I
stock,
said the test in gold this week was going to be about whether it was real or not last week. And,
this is the only one I would look at, Coach. And I knew your question was going to come up here. Out of all the metals, or the old silver wheaton, if you will, as
yeah,
opposed to AEM, which was starting to take sweeps initially, my AU, I dumped that one a little.
AEM made new lows.
But this is the
Recent
one,
to,
if I go into one, it's WPM, the
okay,
old SLW, silver wheaton.
silver wheaton, right. Okay. Yeah, so another day down like this.
You know what? That's on the list, actually.
Yeah,
38 tomorrow. They break 30. You know what? I might do a little schnitzel and see if this is what I like now. Near the two.
yeah,
I'm going to trade this tomorrow.
okay.
Silver wheaton 38.5, 38. We're going to maybe make $1 in it. It's not going to be I'm not going to put me in a different tax bracket, but it might be a trading lesson.
This might be a great pullback for a move back over 46 if the metals get in gear and the dollar rally terminates within the next several days or weeks, and yields are not making new highs like we talked about earlier in the day, and they come off 30 bips or so. That could ignite, a bottom in cable. I'm not a long-term dollar bull. I'm looking at this as a bear market rally in the dollar.
Well,
And
noted,
so,
Coach. Thank you for clarifying that.
okay, and I'm looking for a correction in yields.
Yeah.
And today proves it. As hawkish as the chairman is today, yields are not upticking. Where do you show your 10-year? What's it doing right now? I know you watch it all day long in the Dixie and the TLT. What are they doing?
Hold on a second. I have it on my.
I already know your answer. What are they
What's
doing?
that?
I already know your answer. What are
is
they
it?
doing?
Oh, to ask you what they doing?
No, I'm asking you. What are they doing?
Hold on. Let me look at the indices.
No, just look at what I brought up. What are yields doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, there's the answer. Okay, so with Paul being hey, rates are going to stay
The
stiff
10-year
and
slightly
forever.
below 4. Right. It's in the
All right,
same thing
well,
as the.
okay, where the market? I'm telling you,
All right.
the market runs. Paul follows the market. Okay, so he could talk as much like a hawk. The market's not ready to price in more bips. It's not going to matter. So anyway, just some things that could set up a change from what we're looking at today. And the big kahuna, Mike, is Friday,
Yes.
NFP.
Okay. But you know
Okay.
what? The horse, well, listen, that's part of the plan. And the plan is always on TGH at the beginning of the week, and go back to the Red YouTube channel. Hold on a second. If you want, because that's where I post most of the data, and, freeze the screen or whatever, and you can see the data put up there. Today for the active traders, what is it going to be like? Because Coach gave a great macro view, and I'm actually going to go. I wasn't more. Coach was prepared. I was looking more. Been actively trading. Now I'm going to step back and actually read about what's going on instead of reacting. But you know what? There's stocks here. The three horsemen today: SC, Dick's Sporting Goods stores acting well. Always Nevada acting well. The AMD still has a decent chart acting well. Snap. So it's SC, Fizzler, Dick's. That might be okay. And there's always something to go to. Why by the VIX split, by the way. The VIX actual product, it split, and it closed yesterday at like 12.
Yeah.
And now it's $45. So my P&L is moving very rapidly. Although I have less shares,
Right.
the VIX has a range of, $42 range. So you know what I mean? So
I hate
beware of
those
that.
reverse splits. Anyway,
what's that?
I don't like reverse splits.
I don't either.
Yeah, no one does.
Here's the chart on Tesla, a rounded top. That's
Yeah, we
rounding out
talked
now.
about maybe 160, 150 again in Tesla.
Yeah, Riven. Bad
week.
news. About to break new lows now. So Riven's that's it. So the EVs, I don't know. Is that so?
There's no battery stations.
No, it's a Home Depot, by the way. Another one. That
Oh
chart's
gosh,
ominous.
Yeah.
That looks like
Wow. That is
that looks
really
like the
ugly.
Disney chart to a degree. So
That's
you
ugly.
know what I mean? And not only are the funds or mom and pop, I'm not going to put them mom and pop are in these type of things. When they're below here, these moving averages, 200 days of the big daddy, is the market's not acting that poorly. But these stocks right there are programmed to sell, and they could, bring things down a little bit. So beware of these Home Depots. Walmart, as I mentioned earlier in the week, the Walton family sold $2 billion of shares, and I don't know if this buying any sports teams or anything, but that chart doesn't, now you're going to that again.
Yeah,
Target.
it
So
looks better than Home Depot, but it doesn't look good either.
no.
All right. All right. So let's wrap it with what you like. You like SE and SU, right?
Yeah, I like SC and SU. I'm gonna, I'm actively gonna trade today, Coach. There are stocks
Okay.
that have very
All
good
right.
range.
And we talked about one of the ugliest charts I've ever seen you put up in a while is Home Depot. I'm going to mention that too.
Yeah, that's
All right.
that
So
might say
no
more. You
home
know what? And following
improvement.
it is, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
following a couple of home builders, there's Lennar not acting well anymore. So Home
Yeah.
Depot is the port chart. Let's look at Lowe's, just I have to. So Home Depot acting worse. So leave it there, Coach.
Yeah. That's a gap down and now no follow through. Okay. Great eye. Nice eye, buddy. Thanks for updating us on what you're doing. And again, that was a great inflection point you caught Thursday. Glad you made some hay
No,
into
thank
it
you. Thank
yesterday.
you.
All
Okay,
right.
so like that right now, going back and not to placate at all, I'm going back and watching his coach's macro video. I did basically, as the fund had my fund, our fund has, I've taken off some shares. I'm starting to, day trade a lot more actively and split the day in two. So right now I write down my list with stocks with range, good price and an action, like a Dix, a Snap, a BBIO. I'm going to watch like what the macro picture is going to do. I'm going to see with the VIX, the dollar, if the yields hold below 4%. It's the same plan throughout the whole week. As a matter of fact, as the reaction is somewhat muted, but I don't think it's going to stay that way. Something's going to give a little sooner than later.
Okay. And keep an eye on Mux. McEwen owns it, and keep an eye on the old Silver Wheaton. Mike's call.
Yeah,
Both of them.
WPM. I'm going to look at that a little bit.
Okay.
And if you don't, just go to the stock page on TradeGATEHub and go to right here, stocks that have right here, New York's what's up on the day. You don't have to really look at, listen to me or have an idea. Just go right here and say, I'm going to overpass Mike V. VRXA is up on the day huge. UNCI is up nicely on the day. A top US loser, and we can go by percentage. TRKA, whatever they are. So go by there and punch them up right next here. FRGT, what's that doing? It's right here. So one-stop shop for even charts and news.
Yeah, want to close it with we're sponsored by TradeView, no pressure, but check them out. Maybe they'd be a better broker for you than what you have right now.
Okay.
And
Thanks for
that's
sharing. Have a plan. See you at the lunch.
All right, buddy. Mike Venezia, everybody.